Welcome to Talking Heads on USA Global TV, starring the one and only wonderful Dr. JACALYN. It's a prestigious place where world-class influencers and experts meet, and where you'll find the most trusted advisors and coaches for all things in life and business. Visit usaglobaltv.com to sign up for our newsletter, get the value you need, and be first in line to learn about events and giveaways and other valuable content. Connect with us. Email Dr. JACALYN at usaglobaltv.com to talk about how you can become part of USA Global TV. That's USA Global TV, where the doctor is always in.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to USA Global TV and Business Talk Radio. I'm Dr. JACALYN KERBECK, and our show today is the Film and Music Show. Joining me is someone I have the highest regard for. She is like a sister to me. I really do love her. She is located over in London. Her name is Madalene Chan. She's an international award-winning singer, songwriter, author, producer, and vocal coach. And she's been giving me voice lessons. She's taught me how to do my lip trills and how to do breathing exercises. And this week we actually recorded something just during our lesson. We had 20 minutes and she helped me record a little bit of Sunny. And I'm just really appreciative of her. So let's bring her out and we're going to actually watch one of her clips. Hi, Madalene. How are you?
Hi, Dr. JACALYN. Hi, everyone. That was a lovely introduction. Thank you. Beautiful.
Well, yeah. Thank you. I had so much fun with you the other day doing that. But we were supposed to have 40 minutes or so, and I was late. Yes. We had 20 minutes. I didn't think we'd be able to do anything, but you really helped open me up in so many ways.
You have it in you. You just need to, you need the button switched on. Wow. And then away you go. I mean, some of them some of them ad libs that you were coming out with were just phenomenal. Really good. Yeah. Wow. I can't wait for the next lesson. And
I highly encourage everyone to reach out to you. I actually been playing that clip on the air, believe it or not, and just to encourage someone else to come forward and share their voice, because I was always told I had a horrible voice, and I don't have any judgment about that one way or another. But I think in terms of helping people break free from our self-imposed limitations, self-beliefs that are not accurate or correct. So thank you again, Madalene.
Oh, you're the talent. So
well, speaking of talent, you've brought an incredible person here, and we play her clip on a regular basis. She's so talented. Before we bring her out, I do want to highlight you, and then we're going to play your clip, Follow Love. So Madalene, for people who are joining us for the first time, I gave you the intro, but what else do you want people to know about you?
That I'm a writer, and I write songs, lots of songs, and I teach as well. Oh, of course, I'm teach. Just that I'm a creative, and I create from my heart, and and I sing with my soul voice, which I've had to learn. And I just love to express my true, authentic self. I think that's very important these days. Rather than follow somebody else, just follow your own love, which you'll be able to hear in this song. Follow love.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. Beautiful. Okay. All right. So we're going to play the beautiful clip, Follow Love. I just played this earlier this morning. I love to see people backstage bebopping around. And then we're going to bring out Samsera. So let's take a look at this Follow Love by Madalene Chan.
By your love, what you giving me is just not enough. I need a love to take me higher and higher and higher. Every step I take, I feel more awake. Getting closer now, I feel so alive. Stopping me, this is how I live. Ever closer now. Just follow love. Love will take you there. Just follow love. Follow me. Just follow love. Love will take you there. Just follow love. Follow me.
take that leap. Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Right. Have we got a surprise on the show today? Oh, my goodness. And she's been on the show before, hasn't she, on another program?
She has.
She goes by the artist name Samsera, and she's an international recording artist, an actress, a global technologist, which she'll be explaining what that is, and a philanthropist. And she was in a very successful group, Asian Dub Foundation, that sold like loads, millions of records worldwide. And she's sung in many different languages, appearing with Asian Dub Foundation as well. She's phenomenally talented. She's my Earth Soul sister. I call her the goddess because she really is. She just empowers. She empowers and celebrates her creativity. And we love her, the wonderfully talented, amazingly beautiful Samsera.
Woo, welcome.
Thank you. That was so sweet. Thanks, Madeline. Oh my God.
You're welcome.
Madeline, amazing song. I really loved it. It's fantastic. You're
Thank
so
you.
amazing. You're so talented. Every time I talk to you, I learn something new about you. Hello, Dr. Kathleen.
Hi.
I was obviously
So-
on good behavior.
So happy to have you back. And I just love your song. And you're so inspiring. I know today we're going to talk about what Lift Her Up really means. And I told you what I thought that it meant, which we'll get into a little bit later when you share the screen and a clip that you're going to play for us. But for people who didn't see the other show, or they're just tuning in for the first time, let's spotlight you and have you share a little bit about your background that you want people to know.
Well, I am an artist. I started performing at a very young age. I got called up for like TV shows as a kid and things like that. But I began my music training quite young, and that was like classically, basically. And then I kind of went to study in Birmingham. And then while I was there, I had been writing all that time anyway and producing my own songs. And I started to meet with the local musicians. So, you know, Bangor bands like Ajonic and Upna Sangeet. And I was still in my teens. So I was just working as a session vocalist. I got my first session, which was actually in Japanese, which was hilarious because I really didn't know what I was saying. But I do still remember the lyrics. And that was with a producer called S. Ken. And then from there, I came to London. And that is how, you know, through a variety of events, I met with people who were working on the Asian underground scene. So Talvin Singh and I were introduced back then. And then also I did do a session for Asian Dub Foundation on the community music album. And that was a wonderful part of my journey as well, in terms of learning and getting into the experimental music side of things. And then I moved to New York. And since then, just developing and writing. I put my first EP out in 2009, working with some American producers, Jody Gray and Jean-Baptiste Boclet. And still really proud of that. But, you know, not everyone peaks in their 20s, people. So and I'm still out there and doing my thing, as it were.
Oh, I love that.
So
I love
funny.
that.
I love the authenticity of it.
Yeah.
You know, isn't it? Somebody says, oh, what have you done? What have you done? And I remember saying this to you, Madeline. I'm that girl. They say, oh, I know her. It's that girl. What's she do again? Sometimes there's moments like that.
You've done so much, though.
We're changing this. We're not having this anymore, are we?
No, it's over.
Yes.
So I remember from when we first met, I'm trying to think what the show was, that you were dealing with some confidence issues, and you were also going through a number of things in your life, and you decided to do something that some people would say was radical and other people would say, oh yeah, I've done that, it was a great experience. Would you like to talk a little bit more about that?
Are you talking about the experience of going to Antarctica?
Yes. I am.
Ooh, do tell. Yeah.
It's one of those things, right? Look, it's very Wizard of Oz. This is the best way I can explain it. How Dorothy, something happens to her life and she gets whisked off. There's a tornado and the whole world that she knows gets destroyed. And she lands in a foreign environment. And that's kind of how it felt. And then she has to find her way back home. And in this case, we're talking about a personal journey. And for me, it meant coming to terms with the world I grew up in, the world I knew, the way I was trained to be, as it were, and the things that I felt, well, the ways I was holding myself back. And eventually through a series of events, I had an accident where the disc in my back burst and it shut down my legs and I wasn't able to walk. And through that experience, just became more and more and more in tune with myself. And part of my journey then included this magical gift of an expedition for 2 weeks to Antarctica, of all places, which blew my mind. And of course, shifted my perspective even more. And from then I progressively went through a series of steps to make decisions to live a life that I felt was more aligned with my truth. And I know that lots of people understand that. We've all felt those moments, especially with the pandemic and everything that we've been through, getting to know ourselves, decorating our homes and our gardens, right? I mean, that's a big thing, having worked a certain way, lived a certain way. And now, of course, people can go to offices and we had to be very careful. We've suffered a lot of loss. So this getting in touch with self, right? That journey then opened me up. And I've been answering those questions ever since. And finally making, I think, the right decisions to get out of my own way, if anything. You can have what you want. That's what I can tell you. You can have what you want.
Beautiful. It's all about choices.
Yeah, absolutely. And Antarctica, wow. You must have met a beautiful community there. And were they creatives like you as well?
There was an incredible mix of people. I went with an organization called the 2041 Foundation, which is run by Robert Swan, OBE, who is the only man to have walked the North and South Poles in the world. And his son is now running the organization too. It's expanded into something called Climate Force 360, I believe. And we went together with, I think, on that particular occasion, Team Inspire, as we call ourselves, with about 50 people from 29 nations. An expedition has just gone out. I think I would have to check that it's teamed or partnered with Explorers Passage. So they're now currently at present, I think, or at least they might be on their way back, 150 people on a boat from all over the world in Antarctica.
It's impressive.
Having the most wonderful experience, the best of which is the polar plunge, of course.
Are you going to share your screen and show us?
What is the polar plunge? I have no idea, Dr. JACALYN. What a polar plunge is.
The thing about Antarctica is, like, I think for me it wasn't something I chased after or said, I want to do this. It wasn't something I saw and said, this has to be me. I knew I was going. I had gone to TEDx at UN Plaza and heard Rob speak, and something in me just was like, I'm doing this. I don't know how I'm doing it, but I'm doing it. And there was that knowing, just that really solid kind of, and then the world around me didn't match up with that, right? I was seeing all these obstacles and then it wasn't happening. And then miracle of miracles. I was truly gifted with this magical experience. And it really humbled me. I was telling Dr. JACALYN last time, I didn't feel worthy of the experience at all. I didn't feel up to it. Didn't understand what was being asked of me. Or why me? It was a why me moment. And Antarctica itself, then, as I sort of went on this journey, I realized that it demanded you dump stuff that you don't need. It just demanded this shedding. You can't litter. You can't, you cannot mistreat the environment there. The wildlife comes first. It's so precious and so pristine. Even if you're on the boat and you're going to get off the boat onto the ice, your boots need to be cleaned there and back. Mm-hmm. And there's a sacredness to that. So from just hearing that, I knew, and I was like, this place demands that you just ditch your rubbish. Just don't take your trash with you, like whatever it might be. And I promise you, it was divorces, jobs, you name it. Everything with luggage went missing. Somebody literally, and I could let Anil talk about this actually, but it was so awful for him. All his stuff, he said he was sitting on the plane, he looked out, and the truck with the luggage in it was being held up by armed robbers. So he lost everything, all his exhibition gear. But that's just one example. Everybody was going through something intensely personal. So I call it a spiritual experience. For me, it was. Now the polar plunge, I think we heard about it and there was this idea of it. And some people are like, yeah, we're going to go for it. Me, I was second to last, just thinking, I feel really fat. I have the wrong swimming outfit with me. And I think I went in second to last. I was absolutely terrified. And I knew, though, at one moment, I was like, okay, if you don't do this now, you will never accept yourself. Like, if I cannot accept who I am and how I am right now, I'm just never going to. And, forget never coming back again or any of that. So there wasn't a plan. And like I said, for me, I felt like it was more of a calling than something that I sort of stood up and said I was going to do. And I would have been a lot more prepared, I promise you.
I love how you said you didn't have the right swimming outfit with you. Like, you're not going to be swimming, right? You're like, get in, get out.
So it was freezing temperature.
Well, it was, and it's like I didn't put a lot of thought into that. Let's just put it that way. But yeah, when it came down to it, I'm really, really glad I did it. And as I said, it wasn't something that I spent that much time thinking about. I felt called even in that moment. It was a moment, and it was, hey, are you in? Are you out? Decide. Don't ponder about it. What's it going to be? And I went straight in, of course.
Can you show us? Can you share your screen and show us?
Yeah.
It's so inspiring.
Yeah, let's show you. And I'll talk you through. Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Well, we'll never forget this. All right, let's see. Let's see. So
and I want to say hi to Roland Friedel, who's watching. Thank you, Roland.
Oh, wonderful.
He's actually in an RV. He left his home in Mallorca, packed everything up, and got in an RV. He's going to be traveling for a year on the road.
Oh, how exciting. Road trip.
Okay, here we go.
All right.
Yeah.
Woo. Here it comes. Can you see it?
Oh, God, I'm so fucking doing it.
You got this. Step up here. Well, smile at the camera. I'm going to count down to 3 and we'll go.
I can really like this scene, right? I'm genuinely scared.
Jumpers, she said yes.
I said yes.
She said yes. Photos. 3, 2, 1, go.
Pacing, quite brilliantly.
Great job.
Oh my.
Yeah.
Did you want to stay in for a while longer?
2, 1, go.
Oh my God.
You're not going to come
I'm screaming. Just text my focus.
Oh my God. So brave.
Yeah, that's how I felt about that.
Thank you for sharing that with us. That is amazing.
I love it.
I am so pleased to see that. I think this is trending now. I think people are on board. Oh, I think so. I've seen a couple of polar plunges go down in the last month or two for sure, and I love it. People are becoming inventive. We've got some naked polar plungers. And
I know people who have done it here in the States. Yes.
Isn't there the guy Wim Hof?
Oh, yes.
The one who goes in the freezing waters that's kind of similar, but not as cold as Antarctic.
But it really is. I actually feel, having gone through surgery, and the way my body was then, right, for me was not top form. I had gone through the surgery, had lots of medications, been through lots of physio. I was really worried about my back, but the 2 weeks that I spent out there, I didn't feel any pain in it. Absolute shocker.
Did it heal?
Yeah. Well, as I went in, and what Wim Hof sort of says as well, I did feel like my body went through a reset. So as I've gone under, the only way I knew that I was above water was because somebody said my name. And you can hear on the video, somebody said she's not going to come up.
Yeah, I did hear that. I did.
Because I numbed out, my whole body numbed out. And so I had no sense of pressure. That's how I knew I was above water. But then as soon as I stepped back onto the platform, I swear to you, it was as if electrical charges literally began at the tip of my toes, and my whole body, it was like it just came back on. And I know that these are things that are treatments that happen, but for me, it was massive. So yes, I do something, sleeping on the ice and jumping into the water had a huge effect, and was a huge benefit to my healing.
I believe
Amazing.
that. Apparently it helps reset the immune system.
Well, hey,
Really?
Yes.
Well, how come like hospitals and that don't take their ill patients to dip them in the
because
in
it's
the
also quite
Antarctic?
dangerous. It's also quite dangerous. So
Oh,
if you
okay.
are between the ages of, well, no, I mean, they do the ice baths, right, Madeleine?
Yeah, yeah, exactly. They
I
do
think
ice
it's
baths, so there shouldn't be
similar.
any. You know,
So there
Dr.
is
Jacqueline, you've got to arrange a USA Global TV, you know, in
Trip
the
to
ice waters
Antarctica.
of Antarctic. Yeah.
Let's
With
I'm
all
trying
the
to get out from behind the green
presenters.
screen here in Florida. So
That's a perfect excuse.
the first place I'm going to the UK. That's where I'm going. My first.
Oh
trip.
yes,
Yeah,
absolutely.
absolutely.
We'd
Yeah.
love
Samsera, I want to make sure that we get to feature your
Yes.
music because that's
Yes.
really important as well. So tell us, after you had this incredible experience, what were some of the changes that you noticed right away after you got back home?
So it was quite funny actually because we landed at JFK and I shared a cab with Rob on the way home, and it was one of those conversations which was, look, whatever you want to do, you know, go for it and don't hold yourself back, right? And when I got back into my apartment, I just had that strong feeling of, I love this apartment, and I had a great apartment, right? It was my little studio, my nest in the sky, very creative, and it was really, really, really cool. But I just felt nothing, like they were just walls. And I had that very strong sense that this is just concrete. I didn't come here for this. I didn't come here to be in a box of 560 square feet. And then I started to let go of things. I started selling things. I think immediately I went out for a walk, and it was very emotional. I put my hiking boots on and walked around the sidewalk around 4th and 3rd and 2nd, and I'm walking along and I can't feel anything. It's all concrete. There was an energy through the ice that I can't describe to you, but I knew that what I was feeling was a live kind of current, and it was gone. And I really felt it, and just the effect of that, knowing that you know, that life force, that energy that comes from the earth quite naturally isn't present.
Yeah.
We've concreted over it. We've dug up and we've built ourselves up on top of that. But you know, once you've had that feeling, once you've slept on the ice under the stars with penguins and whales and avalanches going on, it's very difficult to forget. I can tell you that.
Wow.
And then I changed everything. Yeah.
So there was never a moment where you were questioning. It was just, no, I'm moving forward.
It was a knowing, I think. And then the rest of the journey really is about the trusting that I felt it, and what I'm feeling isn't made up and isn't artificial, that you know, it has weight, there's something to it. And that's what I mean. It's like that pull, that call, that something, there's a knowing there that it isn't, there's no doubt in it. It's very clear, and it's not excited and it's not buzzy, and it just is.
Yeah.
And that's the only way I can describe it.
Thank you for
Wow.
that. And
Yeah,
hello to
thank you.
Janetta Barry, who's watching from Oxford. And just wondering, Janetta, Roland, anybody who's out there on YouTube, have you done the polar plunge? Have you been to Antarctica? Let us know. We'd love to hear. I know Janetta's spent a lot of time in Africa, so that's the exact opposite.
Oh, wow. It's on the list. It's on the list. It's on my list.
Fantastic. Okay, so nothing's wrong with me. What does this mean?
It ties into this journey. Very often, I have found myself, and others, I'm sure, especially as a woman of color, as a musician, an artist, a technologist, in situations where things might not go the way we plan, but the very first port of call in terms of identifying what's gone wrong or how is to look at ourselves. It's my fault. I'm wrong. I'm wrong because this isn't working. Whatever it might be. It could be your family life. It could be your friend circle. It could be your work environment. It could be your school, your university, wherever, whatever that outsideness is, there's something about me that doesn't work here, that doesn't fit. And because of that not fittingness or lack of acceptance, tough decisions have to be made, and things happen that then reinforce a sense of doubt, right, of this wrongness with oneself. So part of it is that it's about saying, well, actually, no, nothing's wrong with me. That journey can lead, that journey of looking at yourself intently and peeling away those layers. The regular stuff comes up, speaking to doctors, potentially medications, leaving countries, leaving husbands, wives, all of that, when actually you just maybe in the wrong place, and maybe you've just got the wrong people around you. It's nothing's wrong with me at my core. It's that level of self-acceptance and speaking out and saying, all of these stereotypes, all of these judgments, they'll come our way. But remembering that, I think, is the first step in healing or moving forward or working through these situations in a healthy manner where, some people call it a win-win. But I think, there can be real benefit when people are able to acknowledge that, and it will help them speak up, correctly identify what it is about where they're at that perhaps needs to be addressed, and then be more effective in taking positive steps to change it and help others too.
That's so beautiful and powerful.
That is very
really
much
is.
so. Yeah.
Yeah. We're going to take a look at this clip, and then there's a few things that always stand out to me every time I watch it. So I'll wait until, I don't want to say anything till after we watch it again. So let's take a look. Nothing's wrong with me.
You don't see me, yet I hear you every day. Everywhere I go, any time of day. I'm not tall enough to catch on, but a wife, a sister, friends don't want you. Unless I give you what you want, I know what you're gonna say. Nothing's wrong with me, I'm not here for you to do with as you please. Nothing's wrong with me, I'm fine and I'm free. There ain't nothing wrong with me. I don't need to be fixed, it's not some bipolar thing. And no, I'm not bleeding love. I don't need to be fixed, it's not some bipolar thing. I know I'm not bleeding love.
in. Just
Vocalist, songwriter, executive producer, Samsera. That was outstanding.
Absolutely. Do you know what I love about it? It inspired me in the way that it kind of stops people to actually, they can't even, there's no way they can criticize you. You stop them in their tracks. Nothing's wrong with me. I don't care what you do, but this is who I am. And I love it. It's a great, I love the hook line chorus. It's fantastic. It's so empowering. And it's not just like for women. It could be for anyone. Nothing's wrong with me, I love it.
It means a lot to me from you.
T-shirts, hon. Nothing's wrong with me.
They are in the works, I promise you.
Yeah, love it.
So, Samsera, you produced this in 2017, it looks like, from what we see at the end. Okay,
we
so
filmed it in 2017. And there is the long version, which you've had the exclusive sneak peek of course. I will be putting that out in a different way, doing something special with it to help raise some funds for charity with the Circle NGO to help women and vulnerable young girls. So the long one I'm sort of keeping back a little bit, and this one, it's special in that sense. I think it was that part of that journey. 2017, I was coming out of that experience. I had changed where I lived, just changed my mindset completely, really, and started writing differently too. It was different as well in terms of material from what I'd been writing previously. I took some risks with it, and it was very kind of ad hoc. We recorded it in New Jersey at a studio that was originally built by Frankie Valli. I was very, very lucky to be able to record there. Thomas was very generous and very kind, so was James. But we had an opening, right, in the recording schedule. We were going to do a different track, and I had already done the sketch. Nothing's Wrong with Me came together in no less than 48 hours, really, the song itself. And because the sketch was already underway and I was in this kind of creative fervor, the people you see in the video are my friends. They are all my friends who are incredible people. And I'm so lucky to have, that level of generosity amongst the friends in my circle, who all sort of, jumped in and dived in and we went for it. We all managed miraculously to be in the same carriage of a train in the New York City subway.
It's so organic. Yeah, it was very much so.
So, question I have for you: you just mentioned that you recorded it in New Jersey, but yet you were actually performing it in New York.
That's right.
How does that work?
Well, we recorded the song, then we filmed the footage, and then we put it together. And Rebecca Lally is a fantastic editor, who works on several TV shows out in the States. And I was very lucky to be able to know her through my director, Sam, because they're sisters, which is great. And she's been very generous as well and very helpful. But it was part of a bigger project, which is my own life, which we'll talk about another time, perhaps.
But did you, Samsera, those backing vocals were astounding.
Really?
It kind of reminded me like Chic or something, like those disco type of, just really fantastic, tight backing vocals, powerful as well. Who did that? Did you do that? Did you do that?
Yes, I did.
I
like talking to you.
I knew it. Oh my gosh.
Songwriter and vocalist.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Thanks, Madeline.
No, you're welcome. I just,
Now, what about the call out to Kevin Bacon? Tell us about that.
There's another song. That's another song. Yeah. There's another song coming, and it's really great.
Part 2?
Fun. It's I'll tell you what it's called. It's called Own It. And it's one of my favorites. Anyway, there's a video I want to do. There's a specific video I want to do with a specific idea in mind.
With Kevin Bacon?
Yes.
With Kevin Bacon.
Great. It would be absolutely great. And it does have to be Kevin Bacon. Hey, listen, anything's possible.
Have you reached out to him?
Not yet. Not quite.
Okay. We're putting it out there to the world right now.
Kevin Bacon.
It's out there. Yeah.
Fantastic. So exciting. You can feel that camaraderie and that love and that friendship. I feel like by watching it just, you all had this, just this sense of oneness.
I think the oneness that we shared was no one really quite knew how we were going to pull it off.
The was
what are we
a
doing now?
natural note.
Okay, just sit there and say this, but don't actually say it. Yeah. And the person who, thankfully, Mohammed, the only person in that video who I don't know, it was, again, another miracle, right? When you put it out there and you just get on with it kind of thing. We were missing the Muslim character, the Muslim male character, the husband to one of my the women doing the voiceover, Jasmine, in fact. Her partner was going to join us that day, couldn't make it. We didn't have anyone. And Mohammed, that lovely gentleman, just walked on the train at a particular moment and was very generous. He said, what do I have to do? I said, just sit there. He read the script and all the rest of it. We made sure that he was okay with it. But what a miracle. I mean, it couldn't have gone any.
Amazing.
Yeah.
So you had that train car to yourselves?
Not deliberately.
But I mean, I was going to say that's a miracle in and of itself.
Right. Isn't it crazy? We started in one carriage, but just the coordination of it and everybody being able to be there at the same time, same place. I think that's the energy, isn't it? And sometimes when something's meant to happen and you are leading from your heart.
Yeah.
And I think that kind of added to that camaraderie is the fact that somehow we were managing to make it all work. Just made us all a bit more excited and willing to throw it down, if that makes sense.
It does. And I think the other gentleman's name was Derek. Is that right?
Derek Nicoletto is incredible, and he is an award winner himself. He's also a script writer, and he's just a great guy. And he was very generous as well to join us to do the video. He's been doing some amazing short movies, and he's, like I said, winning awards himself. He's also
I love the interaction between the two of you. That was great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I love the way you talk as well through it. Sometimes you do a bit of a talk with him. It's really good.
Having our moments.
I like it.
There were some really cool scenes, which maybe, you never know, we might enter NFT space eventually, but there were some really cool scenes where we were just doing some ABBA moves, like
that's the director's cut.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow. Samsera's cut. Cut.
The secret director's cut.
Yeah,
exactly.
Samsera, we've had a couple of discussions on this platform about NFTs and how artists are able to put their work out there and then actually be paid their worth, as opposed to putting your music out there and not getting what it is you should be getting. What are your thoughts? You just mentioned that you might go into that space. So for people who are not familiar, coming from an artist, what does that mean?
I think that NFTs have provided a new way for artists or anybody who's got IP, let's say, content, not only to protect it, but monetize it and have some level of control. Because I think that's the sadness, isn't it, of the music industry and the world that we're living in because of technology, is that loss of control. Not because I want to stop anybody from hearing my songs or, sharing them, but they're not physical anymore, right? And we know this, nobody's being paid in the way that they used to, which means that, what's it kind of worth on a platform if that platform then isn't going to pay back to the artist and, help you create more work? That hurts creativity. That hurts us all in the long run. So I think it's a great thing from that perspective, and it's worth a shot and it's worth trying. I suspect it's evolving and something else is also on the way. But to get there, we need to go through this process of creating NFTs and engaging in that marketplace. If you have the palette and the desire for it, I don't think it's a must do by any means. I think it's an avenue that's opened up that wasn't possible a while back. I don't think the tech was there. It wasn't ready. But NFTs represent a really clear, what we call in technology terms, use case. And when you have a clear use case, you can demonstrate clear value. And that's what's happened here. So it's worth investigating. It's worth looking at. Obviously, be careful. Get advice from a specialist and an expert if you can. But again, when it comes to tech, the great thing about it is democratized. There's nothing stopping you from trying it out if you want to. And if it works for you, great. And if it doesn't, well, guess what? You don't have to take part.
Thank you so much. And thanks for the disclaimer.
Yeah.
Financial advisors here.
You know what? Honestly, Dr. JACALYN, I see another show coming along about, marketing NFTs, getting Techie Samsera on board.
Yeah, the techie hat.
To talk
that
about, because so many, I never knew what NFTs was. I thought they were cartoon characters.
What would the NFT stand for, Madeline? What do you think?
I don't know what it stands for. For me, it's just like,
Non-fungible tokens.
There we
it's
go.
a token, not a cartoon character. I thought it was
That's
like
what I
an
wondered what the
avatar.
cartoon name was. The cartoon name, what it might be.
I'm going to see if I can pull it up.
Non-fungible tokens, exactly.
Non-fundable. But why do they
Fungible.
call it a token? Because it's not not currency. It's not like a Bitcoin.
It's not. It's a technology thing.
Oh.
Sometimes, so like for example, we all logged into StreamYard right now. So how did we do?
Yeah.
How did we get here? Okay, so we logged into StreamYard.
Through Dr. JACALYN.
Sometimes you have 2 or 3 different pieces of an application or a system you're going to log into, but you don't really want to log in sort of 3 times. And this is just an example of a token. It's like a ticket. It's like saying, okay, give me the ticket once and let's make that ticket good for this amount of time for A, B, and C.
So like a subscription.
It's impermanent, right? So it's a bit simpler than that. It's like your armband for VIP access. You're going to a nightclub, you get access to one VIP room. You've got your armband and it's valid for one night. So now you get access to the other 2 without having to show your band again 2 more times. That's the way.
Yeah. And it's like having a token to get on the metro or the subway or the tube or whatever. You put it in. That's it. It's only good. And then you get on the train and get to go wherever it is you get to go. So,
right. And that's what I've just described is incredibly simplistic. Incredibly simplistic. But it is a token. And using that kind of a mechanism, what we're saying is I've got my wristband and I can make my wristbands and give you 3 or 4 or 5 wristbands, but that's all that will ever exist. The fungible ones, they're slightly different. I can have one and we can exchange them and we can, change colors if we want to, maybe, but that's the idea is I own the original. It's my armband. Yeah. The only person you can exchange it with then is me if you want a different one. That's the non-fungible part.
Mm-hmm. Good explanation.
Wow. Yeah, very much so. I still have to read up about it.
But I think it makes sense to actually have a show and educate people. Yeah, because that's what we do here. We provide education, hope, and inspiration.
Elevated listening show.
Yes, for sure.
Definitely.
And we have someone who wants to say hello, Patrick Steinman. Hello, Patrick. Where are you joining us from? So, ladies, we've come to the end of our show, and it's been so much fun. It goes by so fast. I know, because we have another show right after this.
It goes so quick. We need an hour, Dr. JACALYN.
I know. What can I say? We're back to back every day, one show after another.
Well, we did it. The big return.
Absolutely. We got part 2. Part 2 with Samsera.
I'm totally on board for that.
We have to
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. One of my dreams that I didn't realize I had until I met Madeline, and now I'm actually intent on doing it after our lesson that we had this week. I want to write something. I want to write a piece of music, and maybe you two can perform it or something. I have to.
Absolutely. No, you can perform it, Dr. JACALYN.
Well,
you can perform it.
I agree.
I don't know about that, but
we can help write it with you, but you can be the artist.
That's true. You have all the connections.
Yeah, we do. We do.
I might have some surprises for you.
I'm there, goddess. I'm there with you.
Yes, sister.
Well, we've got to get our aspiring artist, Dr. JACALYN. She needs to single out. She needs to single out this year.
I'm open to it. Samsera, I was just going to ask you, any plans to come back to the States?
Oh, God, yeah. I mean, New York City's still my home. Hello. Some of my stuff's still there. I haven't left. You never leave New York. Wherever you go, you take New York with you. I mean, we all know this.
Yes.
Absolutely. I will be back.
Oh, my gosh.
Good.
I got to go with you.
I
got to go with you. I've never been to the States. But I'm
really,
not brave enough.
Right now, I'm in major creative mode, creation mode. So, and it's really difficult for me to sit still in one country. It's been a miracle I've sat still for this long. Bouncing around. So I'm in that sort of consolidation phase right now. But absolutely, New York's my home. I'll never leave New York. Not really.
Wow.
Well, that's beautiful. I'll be up in New Jersey in the summer, so
Yay!
yay.
Woo! Are you coming to the UK, Dr. JACALYN? When are you coming to the UK?
We can't wait to meet you here.
I'm putting it out to the universe that I'd like to come this summer.
Yeah, I
That's
see you
what
in
I'm putting
summer.
out there.
I see you coming over, definitely.
I just have some things I have
But
to
you'll have
figure.
so many people to see, right? I mean, you put so many people on the show. You have so many friends.
So
gosh.
I know it's amazing
Yeah.
between the UK and the state of Texas. That's where we have a huge
That
following.
list is going to be long. You must come to London, but you absolutely must come down to the seaside, which is a little bit further down south.
We'll do a video diary.
Yeah, well, I have to broadcast from there. So I'll still be broadcasting. So that's the part I haven't figured out yet. I mean, I can take my green screen and lights and put them up pretty much anywhere.
You can go. We can help you. No problem.
Now, how far apart are you two? You the other way. You two.
Well, I'm in Stansted, near Stansted Airport, and Samsera, you're in.
I'm in the secret location in Kent this time.
But
otherwise, I'm about an hour away, right? We're about an hour.
Ooh, you've been very secretive there.
Ooh. Time to be secretive, I think.
It is. It is.
Yeah.
Definitely.
You got to keep some pearls to yourself, you know.
Absolutely.
Actually, JACALYN, you got all your pearls out.
I do. I have my pearls on. Yes. And I can tell we have a huge storm coming. I don't know if you could hear the thunder and lightning. I'm like, oh my gosh.
No, I can't hear it yet. Not yet.
Well, that's good. Well, Samsera, I'm going to put your information up. But for people who can't read the banner or they're not watching, they're listening on the radio, what's the best way to contact you and who would you like to reach out and how can we purchase your music?
Please go to the website. Please go to samsera.co. You'll find me there. You'll also find me on social media, on Instagram and Twitter under @Samsera. That's SAMSERA. And you'll find me on Spotify too. So please, reach out, say hello, and I'll be happy to speak with you. It'd be great to hear from you.
Outstanding.
Fabulous.
Thank you very much.
Fabulous.
All right. We'll look forward to seeing you again soon. And congratulations. And by the way, look at the evolution from the polar plunge to when you recorded Nothing's Wrong with Me to now. Beautiful, confident woman.
Yeah.
And not that you weren't then, you were, but I have seen growth.
Yeah.
I'm sure you see it and feel it too.
Thank you. I'm excited. I'm happier than I've been in a really, really long time. I'll say that.
That's all that matters. That's all that matters.
Thank you. Your support. Thank you so much.
We're happy for you.
Yeah, absolutely.
We have
All
to.
right. Please stay in touch and come back and see us again soon. Seriously.
I will do. Promise.
All right. Thank you.
Okay.
Bye, Samsera.
See you, Samsera. Talk to you later.
Take care.
Bye.
Bye. Oh, wow.
Oh, she's so amazing. So much fun to have her here and just
Absolutely. Well, we're having so many beautiful guests on this show. It's amazing. It's amazing. And they just bring out their true self and share their stories with it's lovely. I love
it. Really is. It really is. And that's because of
I
you,
love
Madeline.
this show.
So thank you.
I love this show. No, because of you, Dr. JACALYN. Well, both of us,
Both of us. Let's say it's both of us. All right.
But
fine.
you're the one who provides the universe.
Well, but I'm not standing here by myself, right? So, something I just want to share with our audience. This is coming up. We actually had this out there before and we had to reschedule. This is the Power of Listening part for the transition, facing the shadows of ourself. Yes. Madeline, what is this about? Why should people sign up?
It's important. Basically, it's about facing what's at the moment in life, what's going on, like for trends, how much trends influence our life and in the way that our decisions are made from the outer reality, our outer lives. So basically, it's about facing everyday life that you see and how you process it, and then how you can change from that. It's almost like a reprogramming yourself, reprogramming our consciousness, not our higher consciousness, our consciousness, our subconsciousness. We need to reprogram that because it's our subconscious that is connected with all the media and all what's going on in the world, and it decides basically how we're going to live and lead our lives. And therefore we need to face this, see where we're going wrong, and basically start with a whole new I would say slate, and connect with our true self, everything that we are, our emotional body, our physical body, our mental body, our spiritual body even. But it's just reprogramming. And we have to reprogram the subconscious, because the subconscious is powerful, and we are not aware how powerful it dictates our life. Yeah.
Very true. Thank you for sharing that. That's very well done. And
You got me on the
wanna-
spot there, Dr. JACALYN.
I like to do that though, right? We don't have any scripts
It's
here.
good because you challenge me, and I love it.
Yes. Well, you know what I'm going to share? I wasn't going to, and we have to sign off very quickly. I'm actually going to share just an excerpt of the work that you and I did the other day. How do you feel about it?
Oh my God, no makeup, nothing. Just like, okay, you know what? It's not about me. It's about the energy, and it's about what you brought
And it's
forward.
about helping other people.
Yes.
It's
yes,
about
it
helping
is.
other people. So on Tuesday, Madeline and I had a very short vocal lesson together because I was late and had a show to do. And she led me through some exercises, lip trills. What else do we do?
Lip trills, some breathing, staccato breaths, just some breathing to center yourself, because, you know, you went through different frames. So you needed to be centered, to be focused, relaxed, and some ad libs and just some blues scales. Yeah. Yeah. I'm feeling good today. Nice positive affirmation to get your vibrations high, lifted, uplifted, and
Yes.
for you to be receptive to the energy and be receptive to your true inner voice, which you expressed out.
See, this is why you have to contact her. So let's just take a look. This is about, I think it's less than a minute long, and this is Sunny. I think I love the back and forth with us. So good. Let's take a look.
Okay.
Sunny.
Whoa, Sunny.
Oh, Sunny.
Thank you for the beat, bop, bit, and down.
Thank you for the beep, bop, doo da da.
Whoa, Sunny.
Whoa, Sunny. Thank you for the
Deep da da dee da da.
whatever. Sunny, Sunny. You smile at me and really ease the pain. Oh, the dark days are gone and the bright days are here. My sunny one shines so sincere. Sunny one so true. I love you.
Yay! And to say that's the first time, really, that's it. You know, the short amount of time to work on a song. Like, and the first time we worked on that song, really.
Yes, that's true. That's true. And I have to work on my facial expressions. So,
oh,
but,
you just let yourself rip.
Yeah, I just let myself go.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was a lot of fun. And by the way, it's really good to sing, to open yourself up to get your whatever you have blocked in or limiting beliefs and get rid of them. So please do contact Madeline.
Free your inhibitions, Dr. JACALYN, and you did. There's more to come along from you, I tell you. More from that.
I'm excited. I am. I've been playing Sunny on the piano as well, and I still can't sing and play at the same time because it's just too. I either have to focus on one or the other.
Let's do a lesson, and believe you me, it will come through. I know it will.
All right.
With you playing the piano and singing.
Okay.
You know? Yeah.
We'll do it.
Let's do it.
We'll do it.
Yeah.
There you have my commitment.
Yay!
All right, Madeline, we have to sign off because we have another show starting and the people are texting me. Where are you? But let me highlight you and spotlight you. And if you can share with their audience, what's the best way for people to reach you and how do they contact you to hire you to help them open up?
The best thing is just email me, MadaleneCarolChan@gmail.com. Because that's great. If you just email me, you can find me on Facebook as well, Madalene Chan. And Instagram. But yeah, that's it. I can't really think. I mean, there is my website and that, but I haven't quite. I don't know why. Just kind of doesn't connect with my email. So the best thing, the old-fashioned way, good old email, Gmail.
Madeline Carol Chan at Gmail. So please do reach out to her. All right, Madeline, we're going to sign off for now. And our next show is coming up, The Wise Ones. And I'll be in touch with you. I love we go back and forth on Messenger and stay in touch.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. We've got a big book about that.
We do, for sure. All right, I'll see everybody again. Thanks, Madeline. We'll be coming right back with The Wise Ones. And Red O'Loughlin, stay with us. We'll be back.
Lovely.
See you soon. Bye.
Thanks, Dr. JACALYN.
Thank you.
Much love.
Bye. Much love to you too. Bye.
Bye.